Hello everyone and welcome back to the channel. MTG Box Analysis here with another look at Commander Masters in the set booster box form. So we've opened up one of these previously on the channel. It came from a different case than this one, but it did hold about $450 worth of cards inside. So that's the number to beat. So without further ado, let's go ahead and crack this thing open, see what kind of value we can find, and then run the full MTG box analysis at the end and see how this one compared to the first set booster box opened up on the channel. So fantastic. All right. So there's just a little insert, nothing much going on there. And then we have, I believe it's 24 set booster packs. Now, one thing that I think disappointed a lot of folks was the list slot. These set booster boxes were priced pretty high at release. And I think there was a lot of expectation that the list slot was going to be pretty awesome, but it turned out to not be. So we've got ourselves some pull tabs here. So we'll go ahead and use those, and we should be able to zip through these pretty quick because that should mean that the rares are going to be on top. So we got ourselves a treasure token with a Whisper Blood Liturgist coming in as our foil. There we go. That should help with the focus. All right, and we are going to see ourselves a Decree of Pain coming in as our first rare, followed by a Uriel the Tiger's Shadow coming in as a second rare. And that'll do it. We're just going to see two rares in that pack, and then we're going to see a Namada Grove Garden, followed by a Thrinax the Sudden Storm. Then we've got a Corpse Augur, followed by a Factor Fiction with a Dragon Fodder, Feed the Swarm, Spectral Grasp with a Counterspell. Then we're going to see ourselves a Rapacious One, Crimson Fleet Commodore, and we're going to see ourselves a Borderless Kodama's Reach coming in, followed by an Island, or Mountain, and then we're going to see ourselves a non-signed art card there in the back. All right, so fantastic. So I think we'll actually skip all of the commons, or I'll do the fast motion through them. There are currently no commons valued over $1 in the set. There are a couple of uncommons, so we'll go ahead and read through those. So we've got an Elemental, followed by a Mere Sire coming in foil, with a Savine's Reclamation coming in as our first rare, followed by an Obscuring Haze coming in as our second rare. And then we're going to see a third rare, Azusa Lost But Seeking. Very nice. And that'll do it. We got ourselves the Goreclaw Terror of Calcisma, followed by a Frontier Warmonger. Then we're going to see ourselves a Body Double with a Murder of Crows. Then we're going to see a Frantic Search in Borderless with a Plains in the back and a non-signed art card. All right, looks like we're going to have our first list card. It is going to be a Dwarven Miner coming in. Very nice. Then we're going to see ourselves a Looter Ilkor in foil, followed by a Grave Pack coming in as a mythic hit. Very nice. This card is valued over $10. Awesome. And then we're going to see an Arachnogenesis coming in as a rare from the main set, valued just around $5 or so. And then we're going to see ourselves Crador Ghost Chieftain coming in as another rare. Then we're going to see Teshar Ancestress Apostle, followed by Kazul Tyrant of the Cliffs with a Sandstone Oracle. Then we're going to see a Ravaging Blaze with a Havoc Jester. Then we're going to see a Reliquary Tower coming in Borderless with a foil Swamp. And we're going to see our first signed art card here. So this is going to be Kindred Dominance by Thomas Baxa. Very nice. Like to feature the artists whenever I can, and I do that for all of the signed art cards. All right, this one's going to start off with an Eldrazi Spawn, followed by a Vandablast in foil Borderless. Very nice to see that. You don't get too many of those. And then we're going to see ourselves a Deflecting Swat coming in out of red. This is going to be a tremendous hit, value just over $25. And then right behind that, we're going to see an Inspiring Sanctuary with an Endkar Shah Master Breeder coming in. And that'll do it. Then we get the Whisper Blood Liturgist, the Heartless Act, followed by a Reality Shift. Then we're going to see ourselves a Ram Through with a Nadler's Nightblade in the back. And then we get ourselves a Forest and a non-signed art card. right, so we got some treasure with a spectral stamina coming in foil. And then we're going to see ourselves Awakening Sun's Avatar coming in as our first rare. And then we're going to see a Mizzix of Ismagus. And that'll do it, just double rare. And then we get a Captain Ripley Vance, Shiriel Shizuro's Caretaker, then a Reassembling Skeleton with an Ashnod's Altar. This is going to be one uncommon valued over $1. In fact, I believe it's over $3 right now. And our borderless card is going to be a Stormkiln Arsonist with a Forest and another non-signed art card there. All right, so we've already got 2 cards valued over $10. That's pretty good. Definitely want some more, although unlike the first box, I did not pay retail for this. I was able to pick this up at quite the discount. That'll be covered in the analysis. All right, we're going to see ourselves an Evacuation foil rare coming in. Very nice to see that. And then we're going to see a Grand Abolisher coming in, valued north of $7. And then we're going to see a Disrupt Decorum coming in as our next rare, with a Teferi Temporal Archmage coming in. Very cool. And that'll do it. We're going to see Mizzix Izzet Paragon with a Darksteel Mutation, followed by a Path to Exile. And a Command Tower in the back with an island and another non-signed art card. Just going to take a quick second and stack those guys up there. All right, so open it up. I guess this is, I don't know, pack 7 or so. We got ourselves a Treasure with a Deranged Assistant in foil, followed by a Land Tax. Very nice. This is another tremendous hit for us, north of $15. Followed by the Scarab God in the exact same pack. This card's valued pretty close to 10. And that'll do it. Just a double pack, or a double big hit there. All right, we got ourselves Piana, Nomad Captain, with Judas the Scourge Diva, with a Return to Dust. And then we're going to see ourselves an Exsanguinate. And we're going to see ourselves the Borderless Counterspell in the back, with another Foil Swamp and another non-signed art card. All right, moving into our last pack in stack number 1. All right, we got another list card here. It's going to be a Radcoast Right Knife. Very cool. Just a rare. Followed by a Predatory Rampage in foil. And then we're going to see ourselves a Treasure Nabber. Followed by an Inferno Titan and a Balin Wandering Knight. What's amazing is in the Jumpstart 2022 set, this is still a high value card. However, in Commander Masters, not high value at all. Then we're going to see the Ghost of Ramirez with Baird, Steward of Argive, and a Burnished Heart with a Cartographer's Hawk. And we're going to see an uncommon Borderless Soul Ring. This is valued over $6. Fantastic hit there. Followed by an All That Glitters. So we get a double Borderless in the back. Very nice. And then we get ourselves an Island and an Urza Unsigned art card. All right, no list hit in this one, just our a Saproling token, followed by a Kadama's Reach in foil. That might be over $1, not sure where it is in this particular set. And then we're going to see Divergent Transformations coming in as our main set first rare, with a Spectator Seeding coming in from the Land Cycle. This will hold some value for us, followed by an Obnixilis of the Black Oath. Very cool. And we're going to see a Tetsuko with a Shimmer Mirror. Then we're going to see ourselves a Fiend Lash. And we're going to see a Shiziro Caretaker coming in Borderless with a Frantic Search. All right, so another double Borderless pack with a Swamp and Morphon in non-signed. I have the textured of Morphon from a collector box. All right, so this time we're going to see a Prison Term coming in off of the list, followed by a Carrion Grub. And then we're going to see ourselves a Cyclonic Rift. Fantastic. A $25 card. Awesome. And then we're going to see ourselves an Ogre Slumlord. Not a $25 card. And then we're going to see Talran the Sky Summoner with an Omnith Locust of Mana. Very nice to see that. So that's 3 rares and 1 mythic in a pack. Very cool. Followed by Annex. Then we're going to see a Coveted Peacock, followed by a Phyrexian Ingester. And we're going to see the Commander Sphere coming in as our Borderless with a Forest and another signed art card there. Very nice signature. Of course, this is going to be Finale of Devastation by Darren Bader. Very cool. Thank you, Darren. Appreciate the true signature and not the gold stamp. All right, so this time around, we've got ourselves the Spirit token, followed by a Thriving Bluff. And then we're going to see ourselves a Curtain's Call as our main set first rare, with Razgadeth the Foul-Blooded coming in as a mythic hit here for us. This is going to hold some value for us. And right behind that, we're going to see the Llanowar Fury, another Planeswalker. So I think that's our third Planeswalker. Then we got the Bear Claw, followed by Verdant of the Ancient, Feast of Succession with a Skyline Despot, a Soul Ring from the main set. Very cool to see that. We'll just put that in the good card pile. Then we get ourselves the Darksteel Ingot with the Battle Gear, followed by the Haunted Cloak, the Obelisk, and we're going to see ourselves a Return to Dust, followed by a Swamp and another non-signed art card. So lots of artifacts in that particular pack, and I think we're at 3 Planeswalkers so far, and quite a few Mythics and high-value cards. All right, we got ourselves a Spirit, followed by a Rot Shambler. And then we're going to see ourselves a Spellseeker coming in. Not the most valuable rare, but is valued close to $10. Or I should say mythic. And then we get ourselves Primal Calamity with Rorik's Bladewing. Then we're going to see Myanmo Historian with a Hoarding Dragon, a Whirling Rogue. And then we're going to see Nadler's Nightblade. I believe that's a repeat, with another Foil Swamp and another non-signed art card. All right, so we're right about at the halfway point here, and I'm not disappointed so far with the value. Would I love to see the Great Henge doubling season? Yeah. Would I love to see a Jeweled Lotus? Hell yeah. So let's see what we can do. So we're going to see the Reassembling Skeleton in foil with Star of Extinction, followed by a Righteous Confluence. And then we're going to see Braids, Conjurer Adept, and that'll do it. Then we get Squee, the Loyal Apprentice, Forebearer's Blade, and we're going to see ourselves an Exsanguinate in Borderless coming in. Very nice. With an Island and another non-signed art card. I believe that's the Sliver Grave Mother, if I'm not mistaken. All right, so we got ourselves a Servo with a Spike Shot Goblin. And then we're going to see an Idol of Oblivion coming in as our first rare. Then we're going to see Grenzo Havoc Razor, and that'll do it. And we get Yargle, followed by Surrak and the Palace Jailer with an Armorcraft Judge. And we're going to see All That Glitters coming in as our Borderless with a Foil Island and another non-signed art card. I believe we're only up to 1 foil rare so far, which seems a little bit light, not only for a set booster box, but also for a set booster box of Commander Masters. So come on, packs, do your thing. All right, we are going to see another All That Glitters, this time in foil to lead us off, followed by a Bloodchiefed Ascension. Then we're going to see Ghoulcaller Giza, and that'll do it. We're going to see Lockshield, followed by Titova. Then we're going to see the Loyal Guardian with Efficient Construction and a Mace of the Valiant. And another Command Tower in Borderless with an Island and another non-signed art card. That's also a Sliver. All right, so moving into pack number 16 here. We are going to see our 4th card from the list. It is going to be a rare from Urza's, and it is going to be a Witch Engine. Don't know the value of the list cards, but they'll be on the screen for you. And then we're going to see Yargle in foil, followed by an Extraplanar Lens coming in. Very nice to see this. Does hold some value as a mythic. And then we're going to see ourselves a Days Undoing with a Yannette Cryptic Sovereign. And that'll do it. We're going to see Eudora with the Loyal Subordinate, Loyal Unicorn, and a not-so-loyal Dread Drone. And a Path to Exile in the back with an Island and one more non-signed art card. Expect to see one more signed art card in this box. It's just kind of how it goes. You're usually going to see 2 to 3. All right, so we got ourselves a soldier with a Nadler's Nightblade, and then we're going to see the Mystic Confluence coming in with a Sith Claw, and then we're going to see a Maelstrom Wanderer, followed by Wrath, Extinguish All Hope, an Aether Gale, and we're going to see a Dark Steel Mutation with a Foil Plains and another non-signed art card. So we're certainly getting all of the foil basic lands for some reason. Not that they're worth anything significant. All right, so we got the Saproling with an Isolithan Caryatid, followed by an Evacuation coming in as our first rare. Then we're going to see ourselves Maw of Flames. Very nice dragon to play with there. And then we're going to see ourselves a Personal Tutor coming in Borderless. Very nice. And that'll do it. And we get a Zadra Hedron Grinder with Ovia Pashari. Then we're going to see the Rampaging Bronzodon with the Beanstalk Giant. And a Path to Ancestry and an Elvish Mystic with another non-signed art card. So I think that's our third, maybe even fourth pack where we've gotten double Borderless in the back. Doesn't happen very often. I think I only saw that once in the previous set booster box. All right, so we got the City's Blessing with a Spectral Grasp, followed by a Demonic Tutor. Very nice hit here. Valued just north of $30 right now. Still holding some value for us. And behind that, we're going to see the Frostfang with a Demon Lore Belzenlock. And then we're going to see Lord of Luxury with the Hunter's Insight, followed by a Furious Rise, Supernatural Stamina, Impulsive Pilferer, Nadler's Nightblade, Serrated Scorpion, Broken Wings, Pilgrim's Eye, with a Faithless Looting in Borderless, and then we're going to see ourselves a Forest, and a non-signed art card in the back. So every now and then I'll just keep reading through the cards. Sometimes it helps me create a short video for the channel, bring some more subscribers on over. So we're going to see Nihil Spellbomb coming in off of the list with a Reverse Engineer in foil. And then we're going to see ourselves our first medallion. We're going to see the Jet Medallion coming in. The medallions are still holding pretty good value. This one's valued around $15. And then we're going to see Weatherlight Duelist, and that'll do it. We get the Sumane Familiar, followed by Tromo Kratos. Then we're going to see Rise of the Tides, Slice and Dice, with Titova Benalic Druid in Borderless. Then we're going to see our Plains, and another non-signed art card. I am going to break down my stack of commons and uncommons. Don't want to knock it over and damage any of these cards. Who knows what they'll be worth in 10 years, right? All right, so we got ourselves a rare here coming in. We got Verdant Force, very nice. Followed by an Elvish Mystic in foil Borderless. And then we're going to see ourselves a Wrath of God with a Bloodspore Thrinax and a Zatalpa Primal Dawn. And then Yahanna Undying Partisan with the Loyal Companion and a Stormkill Arsonist and a Wildwood Scourge with a Predatory Rampage. Lots of uncommons in this particular pack. And we get a Kadama's Reach with a Plains and the Deflecting Swat in art form. All right, I think we're down to 3 packs. Still hoping for a Jeweled Lotus. That's almost a guarantee of a positive box. All right, so we're going to see ourselves a Flawless Maneuver, our second foil rare, followed by a Toxic Deluge, then a Verdant Confluence, and then we're going to see a Queen Marquesa. All right, so we saw 4 rares in that pack. That was pretty good. With a Slimefoot Stowaway, a Vandablast, then we're going to see ourselves a Meteor Golem, an Elite Scale Guard, and a Generous Gift coming in Borderless with a Mountain and one more non-signed art card. All right, 2 packs to go here. I think the Demonic Tutor is the best card that we've seen so far, but there are definitely more cards out there that we could get. We're going to see Tyrant of the Cliffs with a Hammer of Nazam, followed by a Sublime Exaltation. And then we're going to see a Heartless Hidegatsu with the Morrow Sorcerer, with a Fencing Ace, Meteor Mace, and a Felwar Stone in Borderless, with yet another foil Plains. And then we're going to see ourselves another Sliver non-signed art card. All right, so final Commander Masters set booster pack of this box, and then we'll jump into the analysis. All right, so we got ourselves a Scion with a Thran Dynamo coming in foil, followed by an Imp's Mischief. Then we're going to see Nahab the Eternal as a Mythic coming in with Kin Tree Spirit. Then we're going to see the Tome Shell Acidic Slime with a Portal Mage, Wanderer Strike, Courage in Crisis, Witching Well, Reverse Engineer, Exclude, Ghostly Flicker with a Dread Return, a Mountain, and one more non-signed art card. All right, so give me just a minute. I'll get everything sorted, organized, and be right back with the MTG box analysis. We'll begin the analysis by looking at all of the cards that we pulled from the 24 set booster packs. Then we'll review how much of the set we covered by non-foil and foil, along with a breakdown of coverage by rarity and a look at box duplication. Following this, we'll establish a baseline for value with a look at the value of the current set before moving into a recap of the actual observed value. Finally, we'll conclude with a summary. If you want to go deeper into the analysis and see all of the metrics for this box and more than 160 others, simply join the channel at the Give Me the Data level to download the analysis. Let's kick things off by reviewing the contents of the box versus the cards that we were eligible to see. Using this chart, we can see the foils that we pulled in orange, the non-foils in green, and the set in gray as the baseline. In the non-foil space, we saw between 43 and 50 cards for each of the primary colors of Magic, giving us a variance of 7 cards. In the foil space, those numbers drop to a range of 2 to 6 cards, but this is expected as you're only guaranteed to see 1 foil per pack. Also of note, we saw 3 foil borderless and 29 non-foil borderless in these 24 packs. Moving into coverage, we saw 318 unique non-foils out of a possible 532, giving us 60% coverage of the cards that we were eligible to see. Our highest coverage among the primary colors of Magic was in red with 73% coverage. In the foil space, we saw 30 of the 532 cards, giving us just 6% coverage of the set. Now, our highest coverage among the primary colors of Magic this time around was in black with 9% coverage. Pivoting to coverage by rarity, in today's box we saw 98% of the commons and 66% of the uncommons that we were eligible to see in non-foil. We also saw 55 of the 167 rares for 33% coverage and 10 non-foil mythics for 18% coverage. In the foil space, we saw 11% of the commons and 5% of the uncommons, along with 2 foil rares good enough for 1% coverage. In total, we saw 57 rares and 10 mythics in these 24 packs. From a duplication standpoint, the only duplication that we saw in this box came out of red, the basic lands, and the borderless categories. In today's box, we only ended up seeing 12 cards repeated twice for a box duplication rate of 3%. Before we get into the value of today's set booster box, let's first check in on how the set is performing. This chart shows all 532 cards that you can pull from a set booster pack using non-foil market prices as of September 25th, 2023. Currently, the set features 38 cards valued over $10. The top 3 cards are going to be the Standard Frame Doubling Season at $42.80, the Borderless Demonic Tutor valued at $46.54, and the Jeweled Lotus, which has a market value of $70.57 for Standard Frame and $103.06 for the Frame Break Borderless. Now, the set also features 36 cards valued between $5 and $10 and 75 cards valued between $1 and $5. The other 383 cards in the set are currently valued under $1. And the total market value of all 532 cards that you can pull from a set booster pack is $1,479.88. Now let's begin to recap the value that we saw inside of today's set booster box. We ended up seeing 6 big hits in the non-foil space. We saw the Grave Pack, we saw the Land Tax, Jet Medallion, Deflecting Swat, Cyclonic Rift, and our top card was the Demonic Tutor valued at $32.61. We also picked up 9 cards valued between $5 and $10 and 26 cards in the $1 to $5 range. The other 289 non-foils that we saw are valued less than $1. In the traditional foil space, we nearly struck out, only seeing a single foil valued over $5, and that was the Flawless Maneuver, valued at $6.37. The box also contained 4 foils valued between $1 and $5. The other 25 foils that we picked up are valued less than $1. So how did this box perform? Well, I purchased this box through a Patreon agreement for $268 even. The current market price for these boxes as of September 25th is about $11 more at $279.19. The Commander Master set booster boxes contain 24 packs, each with 15 cards, allowing you to see 360 cards plus art cards, tokens, and cards from the list. Now, the 22 non-signed and 2 signed art cards have a total market value of $15.55. The 6 cards that we pulled from the list are only valued at $2.59, which is why they didn't get much attention during the analysis. Now, from the main set, we saw 18 tokens that are currently valued at $19.31. The 24 basic lands that we pulled are valued at $7.73. The 161 commons came up to be $21.91 in market value, and the 108 uncommons that we saw are valued at $40.32. The 57 rares have a current market value of $146.49, and the 10 mythics that we pulled are valued at $99.31. Add it all up, and the grand total for this box comes up to be $353.21 in card market value, which is a gain of $85.21 over the price I paid, and means that I saw a return of 132% of my purchase price in card value. Now, for those of you interested in cards valued just over $2, the numbers look like this. In total, we saw 31 cards valued over $2 in this box, and they have a current combined value of $246.06, which means that those 31 cards represent 73% of the total box value and nearly paid for the box. While this box was not as good as my first Commander Master set booster box, it was still very respectable and gave me some really nice cards for the collection. Get early access to videos, download the analysis for every box open on the channel, and personally DM me, just like these fine people, all by becoming a member of the channel through YouTube or over at mtgboxanalysis.com. You'll find links in the description. Until next time, do something amazing.